Focus is the most important mental skill. Having good focus will prevent you from choking and performing below ability level. It also prevents you from having fear, panic, and anxiety. It prevents you from being psyched out. Focus is concentration, paying attention to one thing and not being distracted. Two components of focus: right time and right place. Staying in present, here and now, and don't think about winning or losing. Stay positive.
If you're the type of person that it's really hard for you to focus, there's ways for you to improve your practice. One of the ways is by drawing a black dot on a blank index card and staring at it for intervals, like say 3 minutes 10 times or something like that. So right now we have freshman Joe Gallagher, who's a baseball player, practicing his focus. Let's take a look. Next, we're going to talk about the zone. The zone is when you're at your absolute highest peak and everything comes effortlessly to you and you're just on fire, like you're doing everything right. There's 3 different names for the zone. There's the Zen zone, the flow, and the ideal performance state. When you're in the zone, your body feels free. Everything is coming effortless, it's natural, and you're never missing. Like, it's just great, and nobody wants to take you out of the zone because you're winning the game and you don't even know it. Okay. You can't force yourself into the zone. If you're thinking about going into the zone, you're probably not going to go into it. And if you're thinking about negatives, or if you're thinking about winning or losing, or you're focusing on your opponent, you're not going to get into the zone. But if you're thinking about the positives and you're focusing and you're really paying attention to the game, you're going to get into the zone. Now, we interviewed 2 people and asked them about the zone. There are 2 basketball players. Do you guys know what the zone is?
Yeah.
Okay, what does it do?
The zone is where you step into this like different world where you're doing everything perfectly. It's just you out there by yourself.
How do you feel when you're in the zone?
Feel pretty great, like no one can stop you and you can just do whatever you want.
That's a whole lot of confidence in yourself.
Is there anything that you do to help you get into the zone?
Before a game, like listen to music, get pumped, take some shots.
During the game, don't overthink it. Do what you normally do.
Letting your emotion is a sign of weakness and that you should always be in control. The keys: decide and commit, control your focus, learn how to bounce back and relax, and also turn your negatives into positives. Analyze your mistakes and learn from it. Remain analytical and always avoid emotional reactions.
When controlling your emotions, you want to focus on the 3 P's. That's permanence, perseverance, and personalization. You don't want to let the game be a part of you. Don't beat yourself up just because something happened. There's no need to blame yourself for it. So, here to talk about controlling your emotions is Preston Semkew and Tyler Maxey. Okay, do you guys know what controlling your emotions is?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're out on the football field and somebody tackles you really hard, how do you handle that? And they
Get really mad, throw your helmet on the ground.
No, you don't do that. Usually you just get up and you're like, okay, I'll get it back next time.
Alright, how do you get them back? And why would you, what makes you feel like you need to get revenge on
The
them?
next time they're not looking, you hit them really hard
No.
from the side.
No, you don't do that. What you do is you just play the sport of the game and you feel like you need to one-up him because you want to win and you want to look in the eyes after the game and be like, I win. And I
Score
see trash.
touchdowns.
Okay, thank you. How do you normally control yourself when you're playing rugby? How do you handle your emotions?
Most of the time you're really tired because rugby is an ongoing sport. It doesn't stop like football. The plays don't, you don't think about the play, you just keep going. So there's not a lot of time to get mad about stuff because you have to think about what you're about to do next.
What about when somebody pushes you really hard? Because rugby is not a more hardcore sport compared to football.
There's no pads, so they get really mad.
Yeah.
But when someone does that, you just the ref really handles it. You either get a yellow card or a red card, depending on how bad it was. So,
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
Next, we're talking about overcoming anxiety. So there's errors in thinking that lead to anxiety. One is thinking that we must have love from all the people we find significant. Another is to think that you have to be totally confident and competent at all times. Another is to think that you can't even control your emotions, or to think like you're not worthy of things like that. Those are errors in leading to anxiety. The truth about anxiety is the worry is worse than the event itself. So when you're trying to overcome anxiety, you want to be confident, you want to be positive, you want to have a good routine down, you want to be able to focus, and you don't want to dwell on the past, and that'll help you get over anxiety. So next up to talk to us about anxiety is Devontae Muniz, a junior and a track star, and also Ish and Kaita are coming back as sophomores and basketball players to talk about anxiety. So, do you know what anxiety is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you ever get it when you're getting ready for a track meet?
Yes, sometimes.
What does it feel like when you have anxiety?
I get overwhelmed with thoughts that I might do bad or might not do bad. And I get so nervous that I end up messing up sometimes.
What kind of anxiety do you get? Do you get pumped up before a game, or do you get really nervous before a game?
I usually try to get pumped up. If I get nervous, then I end up doing really bad or messing up really bad.
Has there ever been a time where you've been so overly pumped up that you perform bad?
Yes, several times.
Can you give an example?
This last track meet in Nevada Union, because I thought I was going to win, so I felt very confident, and so I went in very bold, and I got beat by 2 people.
Okay, thank you. Okay, do you guys know what anxiety is?
Yeah.
Have you ever felt it before?
Yeah.
What kind of anxiety have you had? Have you had the anxiety where you're so overly excited for everything to happen that you're just go in and try and tear everything up and it doesn't work?
Yeah, go too fast and like turn over the ball and all that.
Yeah. What about the kind of anxiety where you feel like if you mess up, like it's just, you're screwed, like you just screwed over the whole team?
If that happens, like, you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself because you overthink stuff and stuff just does not go your way when you do that.
What kinds of things do you do to prevent yourself from getting anxiety?
Well, before the game, just do your daily routines, like get a lot of sleep, have good snacks, drink a lot of water. You want to stay hydrated the whole time. And don't dwell on the past, stay in the now, and don't overthink too much during the games.
Yeah, like what he said, and stay confident, passionate about your hard work that you did in the game.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Stay confident.